What's going on, guys? This is Gainz Gaming. This guy was off territory and definitely thought he was on territory because his alliance's territory was literally right next to him. He had an alliance fortress and he was literally like right on the edge of it. And so I think he thought he was on territory and he was not. So we got some people and we swarm zeroed him. He has a decent garrison here, but like you can see here, 44 million power, so very, very swarmable in this situation. But like you can see here, he does have a Charles and Sun Tzu garrison, which at this power is actually pretty decent garrison. And you can see at the very end of this, we actually do take a bit of damage. Most of us ending up in the yellow because it is just such an anti-swarm city. It actually does have quite a bit of troops in here too, pretty much all T4. And so in this situation, it's still a city you want to swarm down because, you know, if you launch a rally, he's probably going to log on and like teleport, or he's going to shield or something like that. And it will also create a lot more attention towards you from whales that are going to teleport over and swarm your marches down, swarm your rally down. So this is kind of a city that you really just want to swarm down because it is weak enough to swarm down, but it's, you know, it's strong enough to kind of hurt a little bit more. In Season of Conquest, typically like anything below 60 million power is very swarmable. Really depends on the kingdom that you're in and situation. If it's like an imprison, most Imperium or high AC kingdoms are going to swarm it regardless. But in this situation, like this is not an imprisoned situation. He does not have War Frenzy. He's not even online. We just want to zero him while we have the chance before he logs on and realizes it's even happening. Which actually afterwards, like probably 5 minutes after he's fully zeroed, that is when he logs on. And you can see the guy right to our left over here, Azax, he was going over to swarm the dude next to us who was about 60 million power. I don't know why he teleported over because then he left immediately. I figured he was coming over to try to swarm us down or reinforce the city with siege or something along those lines. But nobody really realized we were doing this up until one of our alliance members went over to go swarm another city with pretty much like 30% health marches, which didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But that was after we finished swarming down this guy. But you can see he is almost zeroed here. His city is dying very, very fast. We'll look at the reports here after this as well. But you can see my troops are running pretty low on health. And so we are just going to finish zeroing this guy. We don't have the ability to go get his resources, unfortunately, because he did have a bit of gold that we wanted to get. But it was like a 2 or 3 minute walk from my city, and sending siege that way was not the plan. So we'll take a look at these reports. Obviously, the first ones are going to be super low. But this was the scout report after he got zeroed. So you can see he does still have quite a bit of resources that we could have looted. But like I said, it was just too far of a walk to, you know, risk that because we're probably going to get swarmed down anyway. So we'll take a look at some of these reports. But like I said, these first ones are going to be pretty small. So as we go, they're going to get better and better since you will have more troops in the city. But all these are dead troops at this point. He does take a full hospital and all dead troops, considering we did fully swarm zero this guy. And like I said, he did log on shortly afterwards. But a lot of this was T4 kills. I think probably like 90% of his city was T4. I had to double check that first scout report. But you can see at the very beginning of these swarms, I actually was tanking a couple of them, and I actually like took quite a bit of damage. I mean, at the end of the day, we do trade very, very positive, you know, because, you know, I'm not max tech, but I'm pretty close to it. And so this guy probably doesn't, this guy's probably free to play or a farm account at that level. But you can see some of these are a lot higher deads that I'm taking than I should be taking, mainly because I am the one tanking it. Because, you know, I wanted more kills. Well, I wanted to get the counterattack damage, which in turn gives you more kills. So I was comfortable taking a couple more deads just for that that bonus. Just for a forewarning here, or just kind of, you know, more information, the total amount of deads and kills that our kingdom was counting was fully finished at this point. So this is not going toward any contribution. So all of us are just doing this for fun to kill off more troops or just get more kills. But this was a city that I didn't realize before going to go swarm with pretty much all dead marches. And it brought in this whale over 100 million power to come over and help swarm the cities or swarm the marches that are attacking the city. And these guys don't trade very well. I didn't get any of these reports, but a lot of them were saying in the Alliance chat, saying like, oh crap, that was not very good. because, you know, they're attacking a 70 million power city with like 50,000 marches or 50,000 troop marches, and it's just not really a good idea, in my opinion. You can see in the chat down there, refresh troops first. So someone else had the same idea as me of going to refresh troops before doing this little task. But at the end of the day, we traded positive on that smaller city. We will have more city rallies and swarms like this coming out, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And thank you again for checking out this video. See you guys in the next one.